everyone, welcome back. My name is Jean. If you're new to my channel, this is Creatively Jean. All right, so today I thought we would make some Valentine cards out of the stuff I just showed you the haul from Michael's. I just did that haul a few days ago. So I thought, like, I don't know how much of this we're going to use. I just put everything in the basket. So we have the 2 paper packs that I had hauled, and all these stickers, the vinyl stickers that were, I think 2 different ephemera packs those are from. And we have some of the different stickers, the sticker book and the sayings. We're going to check out those. I don't know if we're going to use any of the mixes, the secret mixes or anything like that. But I have them in here just in case I might want to add some embellishments. We'll see. So what I already did, and I'll keep the paper packs out because I can show you where I got the paper from. But as I was going through the paper and deciding on what styles I want to make and what designs and kind of cards I wanted to make, I realized that some of the ones that I want to, it's all falling apart because, of course, I was pulling on it already. We're going to take us a little bit of time, and it would take us too much time to cut and then beta assemble everything. So I got everything cut and ready, and we're going to just kind of go through all the sizes, and we're going to assemble everything. That way I can show you as many as we can work on here. So the first one is a very easy one, probably the easiest one. I'm using just regular white card bases for all of them. And this is from Michael's. It's their 110-pound cardstock, I believe. I like to use as my base. I like to use 10-pound cardstock. We will be doing some layering on this, but I still like the base to be rather strong. Okay, so let's put that one. And the first thing we're going to do, the first one is in here. And we are going to use this acetate sheet here. You get 3 of each in every pack. So we're going to use that. So that's out of Sweet on You. And then I just chose a sticker from the sticker pack. So we're going to go with this one. So this one is very, very easy to do. And we're just going to glue this down. And then we are going to glue this sticker on top like that. So we're not even going to do no foaming up on this one or anything like that. Now, when you're using glues on acetate, you have to be careful. It might show through. This dries clear. It's usually pretty good. I just use a really thin, thin bit of it. And once it dries, I don't really have a problem with it. So I won't put any in the middle or anything like that. Just do the edges. And now I'm just going to kind of line this up the best I can. You may get it lined up. You may not, right? Okay. So then, make sure it's all lined up. And then I'm going to kind of, when I press, it's kind of the same thing. You just want to make sure you press it down, because it kind of, takes away the bulk of the glue. And then it kind of, I don't know if you can see this, like, okay, no, you're not going to be able to see it, but I can see the glue. But once I start rubbing on it and rubbing it down, the glue kind of disappears there. I don't know if you could see that a little bit. All right, as simple as that. And it'll dry clear. This is my Barely Arts. I have to think, because I use Barely Arts and Art Glitter Glue, and they really are both the same. It's just a preference. I gotta move this so I can get the camera. I still have to fix my camera. It's still too far back. Okay, so all we're going to do is take this sticker then. These are our vinyl stickers. And lay this on. I'm not bulking this one up or anything like that. Now, I like to use, because they're not the most stickiest, so I still like to use a little bit of glue, especially since I'm gluing down the acetate. And I'm not worrying about, I don't need a ton on there, because there is some sticky on there, but I like a little extra support. And all I'm going to do is stick this in the middle. I hope in the middle. I'm looking at the camera and hoping it's somewhat close in the middle. And really just put that down, and just simple as that. See how easy that is? And I think that's so adorable. Nothing special. The acetate does the work on this one. And then that sticker. Now, here's what I've told you guys before in the past, is especially like with Valentine's, cards that I don't send out a lot, and I don't have stamps really for, I handwrite these usually, because I'm not investing in stamps for things I don't send out hardly ever, you know. So for these type things, I will handwrite. I will not stamp anything inside. And that way, until I know who it's going to go to, you know, I'll write it then. But you can definitely decorate the inside. We may look at some of that after we get the card done. We may go back through and just put a few stickers inside or some paper inside or whatever. But you could definitely decorate your inside. I just do not stamp anything that is, you know, I'm not going to buy stamps for, you know, I don't waste my money on stamps and dies and stuff like that can only be used for one thing, you know. I'd rather invest my money in supplies. Okay, so there's one, simple, easy. The next one, again, is quite easy. Same thing, white card base, but we're going to open it this way. This one we did this way. Okay, now I picked out, let's see, where does this paper come from? Is it this pack? From this pack, I believe. Yep. So I picked out this paper here. Okay, and we cut it down to, let me find my ruler so I can tell you guys, we're going the same thing. So this is 4 inches. Whoops, throw my glue around. By, oops, I gotta do the first piece first. We're gonna do the red glitter, which is in the same one. So both of those are in here. The red glitter is in this one, and then that heart one way in the back. Those are the 2 we're using. Almost forgot my glitter is sitting aside. So the glitter piece we're going to lay down first, and that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That is going to get laid down first. I like layering. I'm not one, if you guys have been with me long enough, you know that I do not do a lot of stamping, because I'm not here to sell the stamps to you and stuff like that. I have stamps that I've had for many years. You're not going to be able to get them. So I don't necessarily like showing them to you guys, because you're not going to get them. I prefer showing you how to make cards with what you have. You don't need to buy stamps and all that stuff, okay? So that's why I'll do a lot of layering. So then the second layer piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So we're going to be laying that right on top like that. We had that little bitty edge of red, and it's nice and glittery. Okay, that's next. Then I've got another piece that I cut at 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, and this is the red glitter again. And we're gonna put that. We'll go in the middle, I think. Yeah, I think I want to keep it in the middle. And then I found this sticker in the sticker pack. Okay, so we're just gonna be laying that right on top, like that. Simple, simple, easy, easy. Okay, first thing I will do is I will get my sticker stuck down on here. And again, we're going to glue it, especially since I don't trust, you know, we're putting this on glitter paper, which, you know, the things don't necessarily stick very well to glitter paper. So let's just run some glue down, and I took my pin out, and now I lost my pin, which is not always good, because, you know, I don't like to lose that stuff when I have the dogs. So they won't be allowed near here until I find that pin. There it is. Okay. There we go. Come on, glue. All right, so let's get this glue down. All right. I'm hoping I'm going to be somewhat even here. You know, when you're working in the camera, you got a few minutes usually. All right, that's going to be close enough. We're going to leave that to dry while we get the other stuff ready here. This we will pop up on this one. Just this piece, okay? So now let's get all our layer pieces down. Okay, so we'll start with this one first. We're going to get all these. So easy to just take your paper pack and go through it. Now, if you need help figuring ideals out, go to Pinterest. Now, I've always thought about making sketches of cards I've made, which I might do someday when I have time. You know what that is? Time, you know. Yeah, if we know what that word is, I'm going to push that down. And then I have a little, I either cut my card or my paper too short. So I have some white there. I'm just going to cut that off. And you don't have to. I'm just kind of, you know, obsessive that way sometimes. It's like I don't have a white border all the way around, so I don't want a white border just up there. So just simply do that. I've been thinking about making like a booklet, and then somehow where you guys can print it out too, and of my sketches of the different cards I've made in the past. You know, some of them I remember, some of them I don't. But if you need help, if you're new to making cards and you need help, go on Pinterest and you can find lots of just different cards. And I just punch in cards if you need to. And I put DIY because that way you'll get the homemade cards. And there's plenty of ideals on there. So that's how I started. Well, I shouldn't say that's how I started. That's how I started when Pinterest came along, because, you know, I needed more fresh ideals. But years ago, of course, I, you know, just kind of played around with different designs. And I would say nowadays they're a little bit more elaborate than I used to make. A little bit more layers, a little bit more different designs, stuff like that than I used to make. Okay, so simply we have that down. Okay, now this one we are going to go ahead and bulk up. And I know the pinks don't match, but I don't really care about that. To me, I don't care. As long as it's in the pink family. This is my foam tape from scrapbook.com. It comes in a roll like this. So we're just going to lay some of that down. We're just going to go over here and kind of guess what size we need. And you put on as much as you like in that department. Cut that one short, but that's normal for me. I either cut them too long or too short. Okay. Now, if I was, because I'm on camera and I'm, you know, I'm just showing you guys how to do this. If I were sending this out, I would probably put a couple more strips on, but we're just going to go with this many because I'm just showing you guys on camera what we're doing. But you put as much on or as little as you want. If you're hand delivering it, it's not quite so bad, but if you're sending it in the mail, it might get squishy down a little bit. So now you have this, and it's got a little bit of, you know, dimension to it and stuff like that. So let's put that aside. We might add some embellishments to them. We just want to make the basic card right now. Okay, my next one is a little bit more elaborate. Let's go see what we have. Okay, we have our card base, and I think I need one of these. I don't know what I was using. I'm going to need a saying out of here. Out of one of these, I think we will see what when we get to it. I don't know what I was going to use yet. So I have this one, which comes from this paper pack again, Be My Valentine. And I believe it's towards the front. Maybe, maybe not. Well, I thought it was the front. I can see it on the front cover. There it is. I can see it coming up. There we go. It's got the gold in it. Really pretty. Okay. So that one. All my cards are A2 size cards. That's pretty much what I use. I'm not a real fan of the 6x6s or the slim lines. I will make a 6x6 every once in a while, but I prefer A2s. That's just always been my style, always been my preference. And if you don't know what an A2 card is, it is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so you take an 8 1/2 by 11-inch sheet of paper and cut it in half whichever way you want. Okay, and so our top piece is the same, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's my top. We are just gonna put that on top of there. I mean, all we're using pretty much is our paper packs that we just bought. And those paper packs were on sale for 30% off of the $6.99. I think it was for something. I can't remember off my head what it was now, but for 36 sheets of paper. The only thing I couldn't find at my Michael's, and I don't remember if I mentioned it in my haul, was the vellum packs. There's a vellum, Valentine vellum pad. It doesn't have that many sheets in it, but I couldn't find that one. I think I did find it online, but I'm not going to just order one thing. All right, so now we have that. So then out of this one, I took the pink one, the pink glitter, kind of a, you know, light pink glitter. And I did some squares. So I got 4 squares that are 1 1/4 by, no wait, it's 1 3/8 by 1 3/8. No, 1 1/4 by 1 3/8. Okay, for them, 1 1/4 by 1 3/8. Okay, I'm gonna put those there. Then I got a long one here that is 3 3/4. Gee, that's all 3 by 1 3/8. That will be going in the middle here. And then I know that nothing's going to show up very well for my saying here on this one. So I know I'm going to need a little piece of, and I went with white. I was going to do a pink, but then I'm just going to do the white that I had. So 3 by 1 3/16. You just wanted a little, you know, just so there's a border around there. Okay, so now my thought process on this, on these little squares, when I was going through this sticker book, I found these stamps here. So my thought process is on that is we're going to put one each on one of these. So we're going to pick 4 out that we want. And we do want to go with this red one for sure, because I think I'm going to do a red saying here. So let's put this off to the side for a minute. And we're going to get all these prepared. We're going to glue these right down because, of course, we're going on glitter again. So we don't want to take the chance of it not holding up. Let's get my glue. So let's just get some glue on there. And we'll glue these on here. Just showing you guys how to use kind of what you have. That one's crooked. Okay. And how you can just use your paper pack. So far most of these, like, you know, we haven't embellished, and I don't know, I'm sure we will put some embellishments on. Okay, let's see. And then let's take another one that has some of that red on. Not that one. I'm going to go with, this one says Happy Valentine's, but I think my saying might be Happy Valentine's. So I'm going to use with the love mail here. One. I want, because this one has red in it, I want some glitter, so I want to make sure I have at least 2 of them. Again, my preference. That's just the way my brain works. Oh, how is everybody doing? Surviving this cold winter. Okay, and I think I'll put that one down there. Now we need 2 more. And let's do the love and the Be Mine. Let's pull these both out here if I can get a hold of it. That one and the love one. Okay, let's take this one. Spread that out a little bit because the big gob just kind of came out on me. And put that on there. There. And this is why I like to layer when I'm just working with paper, because if you were just to put these stamps down, obviously it's going to blend in with this paper. So you can see it just how it blends in. So by putting something behind it is going to help. Get these cards turned a little bit so we can get in here. Bring you down maybe just a teeny bit. Okay, let's quick glue this white one down to that one too right away. And let's turn it so I can see a little bit. Now, I'm just going to set this in the middle here for a second and figure out, isn't that cute already? I think, I'm going to see if this, I don't think this this Happy Valentine's will fit. Let me see. It might fit. I don't know. I think it'll just fit. Let's see. I'm just going to put that down there. I can always pull it back up. Like that. And I think this one for sure, I'll probably put some bling on it. Okay, let me see what else we have in here for sayings. Not much, really. And I know those will be too big. And then you could do one of these. I could do this other one. We'll see how that looks. You pull that one for a minute. This is what you do. You just kind of play around. As long as you don't stick something down really hard, you can pull it right back up. So I will lay things on like this. I will just kind of lay things down and see what we like. And already I do believe I like that one better. Even though I would like it to be a little bit bigger, but remember, we're just using what we have. We just want to use what we have from the Michaels haul, okay? I'm not going into my stash here to grab anything else. I could, but we're not going to. We want to show you what we can do with what we have just bought. And like I said, this is Valentine's is not one I do a lot on, crafts on. I gotta pick this up because I know I'm crooked. I can see it. And St. Patrick's is not one I do a lot of crafting on. Come on. So I don't buy a lot. I had to buy these because I didn't have the project I did last week. I could only find a sheet or two of stuff in my stash. Okay, now what we're going to do is remove these for a minute because the first thing you want to do is kind of center this. And I think because we have layers here, I'm not going to foam it up at all. Now you can measure if you want to find your middle. I'm going to lay that one there. I'm using my lines to kind of help make sure it's kind of somewhat straight. Then I'm going to position these, and I want the end of this one to go along the end of this one. So I'm going to position that one there, and I think we had this one up here, and we're going to position that there. And just right now, I'm just trying to see if I need to go down a little bit. I think I do need to go down a little bit, and we're going to position that one right about there. And I think I want to go down just a little bit. You go ahead and you measure if you have to measure, you measure, because I don't like measuring. I like eyeballing. What do you think? Is everybody saying, yeah, that looks good, Jean? That's what Jean says. Yes. Raise your hand. Do you talk to yourself when you're crafting? Now, normally, I would either have a TV show going or music. But, you know, when you're on YouTube, there's all those little copyright things. So, you know, I can't put anything on. But when I'm crafting by myself, there's usually something on. Music, I have to have, even when I'm not crafting, I have to have some kind of noise. You know, I have to have music on. Not that my dogs aren't noisy enough, you know. My two pups, they're so sassy. They're good pups. They're just sassy pups. They're good sassy, not naughty sassy. But I have to have, I don't like a quiet house. And that's probably has something to do with the fact that, you know, I did at-home daycare for 20 years. I love kids. I would have loved to have more, but God only blessed us with my daughter, which is fine with me. But that's why I started the daycare. I did that for 20 years. I did an at-home daycare. Loved it. And then my daughter went off to college, and I just needed a change. And I needed to be able to go, you know, pick her up whenever she needed to come home and stuff like that. I wanted to be able to go visit her and not have to worry about the parents finding someone else to watch. So I retired after 20 years from then, and that did not last long. It probably lasted 6 months, and I got a job. And then I ended up working for another, I want to say 10, nope, more than that. Well, 15 years all total, I guess. 10 years at, I'm trying to think. No, I worked, about 10 years at one job. And then they downsized, so I got let go from there. And then I worked at the hospital for a few years. And then I decided just to retire. That was enough. I put in my dues, I say. So I retired. All right, what do you think about that one? Okay. I think that one turned out cute too. All right. See, if we had to cut all this, we wouldn't even be able to get to this many cards. I have one more that I came up with because that's how my brain works. You think you're done, but you're not. This one was a little bit more intricate to do, so we're going to have to explain this one quite well. So, same thing. I've got my card base, and we're going to open it this way. And I went with the holographic foil, which, let me see, is it in this one? Doesn't show it on the front cover. Yep, here it is. So I went with this holographic foil one. That'll mess the camera up, right? Okay, so I went with that one. That's going to be our base. So let's put that down right away so it can mess up the camera some more. And that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 again. So let's get that laid down quick so it has time to dry. Just remember, if you guys have any requests for anything, just leave it a comment in any video, and if I can do it, I will do it. I have done so many crafts over the year. I'm not good at everything, and I wouldn't say I'm good at anything. So, but okay, let's get that off to the side and out of the camera so it doesn't go wacky. Then I cut both. This one is in this paper pack. And then, is that little heart one? Doesn't show on the front of either one of these. It's a little pink heart. Oh, it is in this one. So they're both in here. Doesn't show it on the front though. So this one and this one. And basically we took half of each. So our full total on this ended up being 5 1/4 by, I believe, 4. So we cut that in half. So each one ends up being 2 5/8 by 4 inches. Okay, so basically just take, you know, about 2 halves. We're going to put that like that. Then I took the paper and cut half of each of a heart. Now all I did was take the heart from those stickers, which I'll grab one out here quick. Which one I used. I think it's the one I already stuck down. So I just took one of the heart stickers and put 2 halves together like this. Okay. So I just laid them like that. Flipped it over. Flip your heart too, because the heart that I used was different on one side, and then it wouldn't go together perfectly. So you have to make sure you keep in mind on that. So what I do is tape this right here so it's not moving on you, okay? So tape it right there. And then I laid this where it looks like it's centered and trace around it and then cut my heart out. So I got the top part is one color and the bottom part is the other color. So we're gonna lay that on there. But wait, because so it'll go on like this. But I didn't like that, right? So when you're playing around, so I didn't like that. So what I did was the heart out of this. So I just took the same heart and cut it a little bit bigger. So now when I lay it down like that, I have the little border. Now I'll give you a little tip. I don't think I have my tape down here. I'm trying to see what I have that I can use. All right, so what I do though is take the heart. This is makes it easier to lay it down on your other piece. Okay, so put it back together. Make sure it's lined up perfect, and then go ahead and just throw some tape on it. That makes it way easier to try to line up on here now. Okay, so now we're gonna glue that down to there. Makes it so much easier. So let's glue that down. You can try to piece that together without the tape. Down there. All right, so let me get this up here. We're gonna try to get this. All we want is a little border, and you can do as big a border around as you want. Okay, so now we have that. So when we put this together, now remember, you want the opposite. So now our red's going to go on top. Same thing, you can do the same thing with this. Just make sure you get the right color on top. I mean, your heart's the right way. So the red's going to go on top and the pink. Let's see if I got enough of a piece here I can get off of here that I've been using for another project. Okay. So we know the tape's around here somewhere because, you know, I have little bits on my table. Okay, same thing I'm going to do. Makes this a little easier is just put a little tape on there, okay? Now we'll have a little easier job of gluing it down. We got our hearts the right way. Yay for me. Can you believe it? Okay, and now we're going to put this down. Get hold of them. Pull it back up here. Get my fingers out of the glue. Okay, lay this down. You got a couple minutes to play with before you lay it down. I slid it, so I got a little glue here, so let's, you know, just use your fingers. All right. Now, we're going to put this down here. And I think I will foam this one up. Beam me up, Scotty. Okay, we're going to put this. Just take those little, oops, sorry, out of camera again. I have to fix my camera. I don't know why it's, I think I got to my arm on my camera, I think moved a little bit. So I have to go readjust everything, which, you know, it's not always much fun. Because it's not the table, it's the same table. This one. Okay, so let's push that all down. And you can glue your foam down too if you don't have a very sticky foam. This stuff that I get from scrapbook.com seems to be fairly sticky, but I have in the past had to do that where you get some foam that doesn't seem real sticky. So then I glue it down. Get my pen back in there. Get the glue off my finger. Okay, so I want to try to line this so that the heart is right, the seam there is right at the seam there. So I'm going to put this down and hopefully it's good. All right, so let's move over here. Move some of this for a minute. And I'm not done with that one yet. So I'm just trying to move some of this because we're going to get this in here and work on some embellishments. Okay, so we do want a saying there. Let's take this one once. And I'm going to put it right on the seam. That's how I roll. Because I didn't really like it just up here by itself. That's how I roll. And that's what I'm going with. And we're just going to put that there. Right like that. Now, I'm going to grab some of my embellishments now. And we want to see if we want to put something on here. Okay, let's grab these out of here. And we'll grab these and these. Okay. All right. Probably not that pack because those colors are not good. This one just has red hearts in. Let's put that one there. This one, here, let's take that one. Well, the hearts are a little bit bigger on. This one has the red, pink, and white hearts we might use. Let's see if there's anything in here we want to use. It's got some pink hearts there. I may want to use some of these. Okay, put that there. And what's in this one? Again, we have the same hearts that are almost the same. These have got the darker red in there, which go better with this paper. And this one's got the pink ones, which are in here. So I can put that one aside. I don't think we'll use that one. And then this one has these big ones, flat back things, and I won't use them. Not going to open them. So probably nothing out of here. This one has the same little gem things that are in those other two. So I think we're good. So I think here, because of this white, looking at that, I'm going to take this, I think, grab some out of here. We may just put, we got some red, we got some hot pink in here, and they're sticking to my finger. Trying to get, I got one stuck. They're stuck everywhere. Okay. Do you want to do all four corners? I could do the lighter pink there. You could go even farther too if you want. You can go like, I don't think I'm going to do it though, but is there too if you want lots of bling on there. I need the red though. I don't like that hot pink color one. You can do that if you like lots. Let's get that back in there so it's not all over the table. And we can see how we like that. If I can get it off me. And let's get our little pick-me-up tool thing. Let's see. We'll use this one from scrapbook.com. Let's go with 6, guys. Let's do that. Let's, you know, we can do what we want, right? Except for, I think I want all red. I don't think I want to do any of the pink. See how I always change my mind? Okay, 2 more of the red ones, which I know you guys probably can't tell the difference on camera. Okay. For these being little plastic pieces, they sure want to stick to me. All right, let's see what we got here. Now we need to put some glue down. Just a little dab is all you need. Guessing that's middle. Okay. This is a tool from scrapbook.com. I have showed this in a haul, and I'll be sure to try to remember to link it. Sometimes I forget what I use. I gotta keep a pad down here by me and be like, now put this, mark this. Okay. It has the little wax tip there. It has the little pokey thing on that end. And it's got, which I forgot what that was for. And I think is that it? And then a little scraper on this side. So it's got 4 different tools, but I use that. Okay, so there, now that one's got a little extra bling. Like that one needed more bling, right? With all the glitter and everything else on it. So let's put that aside a minute. This one, well, let's do this one since it's right here and I'm thinking of this. I don't know. That would be just giving it more dimension. Where's my stickers? What's in my stickers? probably need some other stuff, but I'm not. We're doing this without using our stash. Because what I want... Okay. I don't know if I'm going to like this on here or not. So what I was thinking is doing some of the hearts, but then we got too much red. I don't think I would like that. I do think I kind of want something, but I'm not going to find nothing without going into my stash. And we said we don't do that. This was just using this. Okay, I don't see nothing. So we're just going to leave it like that. The rest. On this one here, for the acetate, if you want to, you could just put foam here instead and make it into a shaker. So you can use this acetate to make in the shakers. I was going to make like a heart and just make a heart shaker, but then I'm like, we're not going to have enough time. Thinking about doing a video just on shakers and make a whole bunch of different shakers, and then shakers that you can put on top of other cards. All right, so I think we'll just call that a day. But this one just shows you can take your embellishments then and just kind of embellish it up. You know, I would want something different, but I don't. In what I have here, we don't quite have what I'm looking for. All right, so we made this one. And we got this one. And we're at 42 minutes, so we should stop anyways. And let's bring this down a little bit so you guys can see the messy desk. You know, and see if I can get all 4 cards in here or not. Try if we can. All right, there you go. Just by using what we got from Michael's the other day, you can make some cards like this. So let me know what's your favorite. I think I know what my favorite is. I think that one. We did the most work on that one, I think. So I like that one too, though. I like anything with bling in it. So, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some ideas how to make some cards and take your paper pad and just kind of cut it apart and different ideas here. All right, guys. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.